Hello, YouTube, and welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey, and as always, I greatly appreciate you guys joining us today. I hope you guys enjoy the tour of the shop. On our last video, that has gotten a lot of interest, and welcome to all of our new subscribers who saw that video and have joined, and I hope you'll go back and catch some of our older videos. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're going to get back on a couple of weird projects today. I say weird, strange. We're going to look at a couple of go-karts I picked up from a friend of mine. Unfortunately, he contacted me last week. He's going through a divorce and wanted to try to get these go-karts to a good home. And I need a couple of go-karts like I need a hole in the head. I've got plenty of them already, but that we use here on our track we have outside. But I went ahead and picked them up, and I decided, well, we'll go ahead and see if we'll try to get them running. They haven't run in a long time, so that's what we're going to deal with today. And then we'll show you the little yard car I picked up as well. We'll also give you an update on Ryan's Pro Mod. He's coming right along on it, and hopefully he'll have that thing on the track here real soon. So fasten your seatbelts, sit back, let's get into it. Okay, here's an update on Ryan's Modified. We'll start off with this. He's got his interior put in now, and I wish I'd been videoing this as he's been building along, but he's got all this done really, really nice. Ryan does excellent work, and he's got his interior, plus he built his dash. Get around there, you can see it's all brand new dash across there. And I see we got a note here for check ride heights, but I worked about 5 hours on the header. The car got T-boned, and I fixed that 2 header tubes there, so that's done now. And that's where he's at. So he's gonna start on the decking now. I will show you one thing. I ended up fixing, I was gonna video this, I didn't do it, but I ended up fixing this fuel cell for him. The bottom of the can was actually real bad rusted. So I cut the bottom half of the can and actually came here and I fabricated a new can for the bottom here, and you see where we stitch welded it back together. But that turned out real nice, painted, now looked fine. We could not find the fuel cell we needed for this size, but he's got his T-bar for the back now, and now start putting the decking on, and then get the body on it on the side panels, and he'll be good to go. Well, this is the first cart that I got from my buddy, and it had set up for a long time. Luckily, well, not luckily, but the carburetor gas, I've got to get one for the bowl there. It had leaked all the gas out of the carburetor, so it had not set up. Unlike that one right there, and we'll get to that one in a minute. But we picked this thing up, and the chain, it had actually burned the clutch up, and luckily I had plenty of clutches in the back. I should have videoed while I was working on this thing, but it's pretty boring. But we put a new clutch on it. The chain was really bad rusted, but we got this thing running, and it runs like a top now. And the big thing was on the front end. The front end was real bad out of adjustment, and typical kids, you know, that's just the way they are. As long as it rolls, they're going to ride. But it was towed out, I'd say, almost an inch. But we didn't have enough adjustment on these rods, so what I ended up having to do is take the rods out and actually cut about a ½ inch off the end so I could get some adjustment. But now we got the tie rod adjusted, so now we have the toe in adjusted. Let me get back here, and we're good. Nice and square, and real good shape on that. So this is going to be for my grandson Ryder and for Reed to play with, and looking forward, they'll be able to ride each other. I can't wait. My grandson Ryder had a real serious surgery this week over at Dallas Children's Hospital, and he's doing good. He's real sore. They had to insert a tube through his belly button down to his intestines, down to his colon, and he's real sore. He came to visit last night, but he's real sore. He's a little too sore to get on the ride on this right now, but I'm looking forward to him riding Reed around, my other little grandson. That'll be hilarious, so we'll watch that. Then this one here, this is an actual road racing car. Of course, we have a dirt track out here, but boy, this thing has set up just really, really bad. I got the carburetor here. This is a bowl that came out of it. And if you ever seen old gas, number one, it stinks to high heaven. But see all that brown in there, it looks like syrup. That is, you heard of gas It creates basically an epoxy or varnish, some people call it. But man, it was horrible. I couldn't, the matter of fact, even the gas line was stopped up solid and it would not blow out. So I finally took a drill bit and got it run through and finally got it cleared out. But I've got to clean this tank up. The tank has still got some nasty brown stuff coming out of it. My brother told me about a little neat trick. What he's doing, he takes like a bunch of handful of 1/4-inch nuts and puts it there, fills up with gas and shakes it around and gets rid of all that stuff. So I'm going to possibly try that. This is a little Honda motor, 6.5. It's real cool. It's got an electric starter. I looked these things up. This thing is $575 right now on the internet. But luckily, again, we have some carburetors thanks to my buddy John Teal. Picked these up from Blaze over there, a racing cart buddy of ours. But what we're going to do first off, I'm not going to take the motor apart, take the governor out. I think it quits running like about 55 or 5,000 RPMs. This is the governor here. This is in full position. What we're going to do, we're going to take a drill. We're just going to drill a hole right here. And we're going to put the governor in full position, wide open. And we're going to just rivet that to the cover right there. And then we have to bypass and make some throttle adjustments here. But let's see if we can get this thing on here first, and we'll get that started and see if we can get the governor taken care of first. Then we'll move on to trying to get the gas line and everything else run. We have to make a throttle link. It's got a lot of stuff to do. Got a new carburetor up here. So let's see if we can get this done first and we'll get that fixed up, and then we'll move on to something else. Man, that's like hard stuff to drill through there. All right, see if we come up with a rivet. Okay, that has that locked down. Plus, we can leave this arm still attached in case anybody ever wants to do it in the future. Okay, now we'll move on and see if we can get this gasoline tank cleaned out. And we need to run our fuel line. Then we got to hook up a throttle. Okay, I got a whole bunch of 1/4-inch nuts in here. We got the fuel line capped off. We're gonna fill this thing up with gas, see if we can just slosh it around, see if these nuts will clean inside this tank out. So it worked for my brother. Hopefully it'll work for us and see how it does. This is some E85 gas we had left over, and we're not gonna use for anything. Wow, I wish you could see down in there, but we'll dump it out here. Ooh, look at that stuff going out of there. So that's a little trick for you. Appreciate my brother Gene Humphrey talking about putting a 1/4-inch nuts in there, and the bottom of the tank is totally clean now. Okay, the gas tank is on now. Okay, we got this throttle plate on. Now what we got to do is we have to fabricate some type of little throttle cable to go down for this connect down to the original carburetor throttle. So we'll see if we can get that fabricated here. Well, Buddy came over here, is helping me out a little bit now, and well, I've got a problem. It took this stock deal off. They were actually working in the opposite direction, so we have to get this. This is throttle's closed. That's wide open there, and that's closed. We have to get this to where this pulls that direction. So we'll keep on working on this and see if we can get back with you here and see if we can come up with a game plan. Well, guys, I've never had to do this before, but we're going to have to stop in the middle here because I've run into a problem that I didn't know I was going to encounter, and I'm going to have to order some parts. So you have to tune in next time or sometime in the future, and we'll get this thing running. I got to order a $15 throttle setup that essentially reverses this. Sometimes you could take these, if they go in the right direction, the throws in the right direction, you can make them work, but we're not going to be able to make it work on this time. So stay tuned, and we'll try to see if we can get this thing figured out. We'll
call good old eBay, get the parts here. See if we get this thing running. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.